In this video, we'll be reviewing maintenance, charging, and programming of our new radios. One of the biggest changes is that we're no longer using Metro Mobile for our radio install needs. That means if you do have a radio issue, please contact your BC and do not call Metro Mobile directly. We have a contract with Emergency Vehicle Solutions that include warranty, replacement, and repair, and that they have a 24 to 48 hour response time for any issue that does come up. Please don't reach out to Metro Mobile. For our new radio systems, we're taking a phased approach at implementation. Phase 1, we're installing all the mobile radios in the apparatus. We're deploying our Motorola portables as well as our BK portables. Additionally, we're taking all of the single bank and multi-bank chargers and putting them in all of the apparatus bays. The thought behind this is that we're giving a charger for every spare radio that is assigned to that apparatus. The use model here will be when you come on to relieve the person you're relieving, that person will give you their radio. You'll take out the battery that's been used by them on their shift. You'll go over, you'll get a fresh battery, put the old one in that charger, and you'll put your fresh battery in your radio for your shift. In phase 2 of this process, we're going to install chargers on the apparatus. At that point, your use model can be either keeping your radio in that charger so that you pull it in and out anytime you need to use it, or the batteries themselves can live in those chargers. We advocate to keep those batteries living in those chargers so that you always have a spare battery full to swap out if you ever need, while keeping your radio in your radio strap or wherever you keep it. Let's talk about the charging and maintenance of these new batteries. The batteries themselves are completely different than our old ones. These are lithium batteries. The old ones were nickel metal hydride. The lithium batteries hold their wattage consistently through their use and their lifespan compared to the old nickel metal hydrides, which declined over time. The batteries themselves have software embedded in them that communicates their status both to the radio as well as through the charger. The chargers that will be on the apparatus will work for many months with those batteries being charged, but at some point it'll start flashing a yellow-green alternating light. At that point, that lithium battery is telling you that it needs to do a deep cycle on one of the station chargers. Once we get that yellow and green alternating light, that battery needs to be taken out of the vehicle charger and placed in the charger at the station. That charger at the station communicates with the software on the battery and does a full reset of that battery. This prolongs that battery's life as well as its viability and health. Pictured here, you can see what the Motorola Cup chargers will look like when they go into the apparatus, as well as what the single chargers and multi-bank chargers look like. Let's talk about the charger indicator lights. This is the way that the battery and the chargers communicate to us what that battery needs. There's only 4 things that we need to be aware of. Our red solid light means that the battery is charging. If you see a green or blinking green light, that means the battery is ready to be used. If you see an alternating yellow and green light, as we've discussed previously, that battery needs to be taken out of the charger on the vehicle and placed in one of the station chargers. The other condition is a blinking red light. That's indicating a failure or a poor connection between the battery and the charger itself. The first thing to try would be to grab an alcohol prep and clean your terminals on that battery. And if that doesn't solve it, take that battery out of service, leave it at the radio room, and obtain a new battery. All right, let's talk about Wi-Fi programming for a minute. Previously, with our old radios, we had to physically connect a cord to that radio and to a computer to program them. Annually, CAL FIRE releases a new state load that we are required to have in our radios. It hasn't been feasible to do this the last few years because of the trouble it takes to get every single radio to come into headquarters and reprogram it. So, in order to combat that, we've purchased a way to do this wirelessly. We now have networks installed in all of our apparatus bays that will connect and program those radios wirelessly without ever having to impact yourself or operations. The concern here is that, will it do an update at the moment that I need it? The answer is no. The networks have been set up so that they are only in the station. You will not connect, your radio will not connect to a Wi-Fi network that's on your rig, and it will not do an actual update unless you confirm that, yes, I want to update now. So in the stations, your rig will be there, it'll sense a upgrade, and then you still have to hit the accept button, or if you don't want it, you can hit the delay button. Let's take a look at this. All right, guys, let's go over the Wi-Fi radio programming process. Currently, this radio is connected to our network, which we know by seeing the Wi-Fi signal up there, and it's prompted us for an upgrade. So it's contacted the servers. The servers have said, yes, we have an upgrade for you. Now we're given two options. The first one here is to accept the upgrade. The middle button says to delay. The radio right now still currently works as normal. It'll receive and transmit in normal operation. That audible two-tone beep is what indicates that it is telling you it has an update. It'll continue in this and work properly unless we delay it, in which case it returns back to its normal operation. Or, as we're going to do in a second, we're going to accept it, and you'll see it'll be down for about 10 seconds. So now we've decided to accept it. We hit the accept button. The radio goes through its process. It's going to power down. It's going to update. And then it's going to return back
TAC 17
to its normal operation. Now the radio has been fully programmed. This concludes the review of the maintenance, charging, and programming of our radios. In the next video, we'll be reviewing the operation of our new Motorola radios.